Hello beauties, hope you guys are doing well and in high spirits. We're going to do a brief check-in here today with the collective. We are starting out with a message actually that I'm going to intuit from my grandfather guide's soul here, spirit. And this is an interesting passage about basically when you give, when you take care, when you feed, nourish, water someone, metaphorically, literally, it returns to you. You too shall be. Okay, this is one of those energetic exchanges that is kind of law in this universe, okay? Also that what you seek out is what you get. So for example, if you seek mischief, you shall get mischief, There's also a message about withholding nourishment from people, and this being a negative energy onto you that you do onto yourself in a sense. But if you sell it to people, you provide it as a service, sell it to them, because this is not saying that you have to give freely, but there's a blessing in that. And this, I feel like, can even connect to artists or people who create something that is soulful, heartfelt, something that people can use or utilize or can connect to people. And I'm not saying like if you don't release it, you're bad or something, but it's more that the message lets you know that, holding the things back that your soul is creating that can nourish others is not always the best for you, or everybody else involved. Sometimes actually even creating a product out of it or creating a method where you're able to literally like sell something, it still is the act of providing that service or providing that energy rather than just never putting it out or never releasing or holding it back. There's a deeper message in that as well about, self-worth and exchange and all of this, but I'm not sure how to go into it fully right now. We have sometimes not the clearest views on all of that. It's something I've had to learn myself with what is giving, what is receiving, what is appropriate when it comes to exchange, what does money mean, what does sharing mean, especially when it's something that you love. What does it mean when you hold it back because you are feeling like it's not good enough or you're not worthy of sharing that thing, but it's actually yourself and others you're hurting by doing that. Like, there's a whole mindset in that that's really interesting. So all right, let's see what messages are here for you today beyond that. Thank you so much, Grandpa. Okay, sure. It's a weird shuffle. All right. Let's see what's here for you today. Oh, wow. Higher learning. This could also be a lot of dreams. You could be getting a lot of downloads, information in your dreams right now. You also could be learning about your family, your heritage, ancestry right now, even through those dreams or literally. Or this could also pertain to you learning things that are sometimes pulling you further away from your family or from your community somehow. I'm getting like a big attention on the family and community and how what you're learning is shifting your relationship or connection to them or the lineage somehow, okay? This is probably, part of a longer journey, but it is showing up right now specifically. Oh yeah. There's a lot about creatives today as well. Not just creatives, like you could be an engineer and still be, considered a creative in your own right, but there is a lot about new ideas coming through or the feeling of wanting to share. This could also be energetic feeling like energy is activated. I just see a lot of positive change, something that you are, a cycle of knowledge you're finishing, completing, something you've been learning that you're finishing and completing here. Universe is in your favor always. Universe is working for me. Universe is in my favor. Maybe we're coming back into that feeling a little bit more as we progress forwards through the next weeks. Remembering that all things work for us and with us, not against us, trying to get into that energy anyways, because I know it doesn't always seem or feel like that, especially when we experience hard things or we look outside of ourselves a lot into the news and everything. It can be more challenging to, to comprehend that. And that's all right. That's part of the ebb and flow of life. But it's good to come back and arrive to that flow state when and where possible, right? It only helps us to do so, and it only helps those around us when we help us. So it's a whole ecosystem. It's a whole bigger puzzle, a whole bigger picture. Some of you, I do feel like there's a love interest igniting the passion as well. That's not for everybody. It's equal parts creative and ideas and movement and motion to equal parts energy and maybe even like tantra or sensual exchange or different types of energetic activation that you could experience with somebody or from somebody. It could even be, I'm getting the word like a catalyst or a muse. That's a part of that. Rising up, rising above, rising out of, landing into a form of yourself that feels a bit more authentic to you and aligned to the heart are all themes I'm seeing right now that we're in the process of, okay? Spiritual teaching as well, receiving spiritual teaching, the activation, remembrance, connecting to that, and then also some of you giving that, or training to give that in some capacity, to do that in some capacity. You could have been just like a monk or somebody who is very devoted to their practice of a spiritual type of practice or religious would, go away for a while to like a monastery or go away for a while to, I don't know if that's the right way to say, sorry, but go away for a while somewhere. Like I'm getting like a sanction where they're like closed in, and they're there for a while, or to school even. I feel like some of you have been in the same position. You could have been like just seen it as like a hermit mode, but it's like you've been moved away from people in your life or from family or from community in some regard, even if it's not physical. You've been moved away from them, even just like emotionally or mentally or energetically, so that you've had this period of time to learn, study, and grow. Okay. I feel like also this dog is a little wary of this guy who's learning. I do feel sometimes like specifically canine or dog energies, though I guess it could be all animals or different animals, are wary when spirits come in, not always, or like uncertain of how to read it. I feel like dogs protect earth realm, they protect the living, they protect the gate sometimes between, they feel like something's coming in the gate to the living realm from spirit or from beyond the veil. They're going to bark at it is what it feels like. Not always, but there's a little bit of that energy that comes from doggos. So if you ever notice that with dogs around you or notice that, it is a protective thing, and it is them picking up on that extra energy, but it also doesn't always imply that there's something negative, especially if you look at how like a cat would react versus a dog. It just depends on the creature. It depends on the perception. It depends on their job and place in your life. Okay. I know I've tried to astral project very lucid and consciously for years, like to literally, step out of my body in a more lucid reality than this one, like during the day, and sustain that. And every time I start to get out of my body, my dog barks. So I think they really guard for a reason, and there's a purpose for that when it's there. But there could be something about that. It could be like even a family dog. Could also have been hard to leave family dog. I don't know why, but that could be coming up for somebody right now, even if that was long ago or in the past. Okay. I really like this energy for you guys. It looks good. This passion ignited feels really strong to me. It's very satiating and satisfying and empowering, okay? So I'm not talking about a disempowering passion in any way or one that is pressure. This is one where you satiate you in a way that you want to. It's just really beautiful. Big focus here on the heart, throat chakra, okay? Even the heart to throat connection. All right, any other messages for you guys? Anything you benefit from knowing? Oh, wow. It's interesting how many circles there are in this reading. You've got the awareness and then the circle with the passion here, the circle from the Wheel of Fortune. This is a lot about your manifestation, what you're manifesting. A lot of major arcanas here, so a lot of major energies at play right now. Main character energies at play right now. Oh, sorry guys. Popped out of nowhere. Some of you are working on your mindset still. So when I see that card, I feel like you've got a leak in your mindset sometimes. An energy leak there. And I feel like we're all working on our mindsets, always. So I don't think that's abnormal or anything. But sometimes, what's not working out or what isn't coming to fruition or isn't, especially like if you're trying to build a firm foundation and you're not feeling that, it is some kind of a paradigm or mindset shift that is either taking place or is needed, okay? Especially if energy is just excess energy is leaking out here or going where it doesn't need to. This is just being aware of your thoughts, being self-aware of what you're putting energy into, maybe creating some kind of a system where you can activate or implement that awareness more effectively in a better way. I do feel like there's a solution here that's becoming very clear, very organized for you on how to properly manifest or achieve or connect to what it is you're looking for, or to allow what you're looking for to come in. And that feels like a relief. Could have taken you a while to kind of like to get it, for it to come together, but it's like it is. I like that. Definitely watch what you're putting your energy into, of course, what you're putting your thoughts at most often. How is it making you feel? Doesn't need to be perfect or something, or you don't need to worry about it, but it's like, how is it making you feel? What you're giving your most attention to, how is it making you feel? And can you give your attention to the things that need your attention, but maybe in a different way, a slightly different way, from a different perspective, so that it doesn't bring you into a negative space, if that's been happening? Like, can we get into a more empowered state of being around that, or a more empowered approach, for example? Yeah, some kind of integration here coming in very quickly. You could find that you step literally out of the shadow and into the light suddenly, very quickly, very passionately. You could have been in the, shadowy hermit learning spiritual retreat type of energy, on an energetic level anyways, for a while. And now it's like, bam, you're gonna step right into the light here. Step right out back into life, like full swing, like, oh, you've been inside for 3 years? There, go swim in the ocean for 10 days. Like, hopefully not like that, but it's that energy. In balance with Archangel Michael here, bringing things into balance. We can't stay in one position forever. We need change, we need motion and movement, we need things to shift, we need life to occur when it needs to occur, right? I'm also getting past life connection pretty strongly here, intuitively. So maybe you got like a past life soulmate here, coming in, bursting in, busting through, or they, recently came in very quickly. Yeah. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it there. You can always email frequencyoftheheart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries. But until then, we will see you next time. Much love to you. And also, remember, try not to try not to idolize either side. And try not to rip something from one side to the other in any regard or context. It's my dog barking. All right. Goodbye, you guys. Much love.